Hi guys, welcome back. It's Lorelei, or Maddie, and today I'm reading Chapter 8 of #Murder Trending by Gretchen McNeil. Let's get right into it. The spotlight remained on the area where Jeremy had been pulled under, and the drones continued to hover overhead until the frenzy of dorsal fins died down and the water calmed. The lights switched off, the drones retreated, and the island fell silent as the fog pushed stealthily forward. But though the chaos was gone, Dee's heart still thundered in her chest. What the hell just happened? That's our security system, Blair said. Why not just shoot him? That's not dramatic enough, now is it? Niall said. His breezy manner had returned, and Dee wondered if that was how he dealt with the harshness of Alcatraz 2.0 without completely losing his mind. Jeremy? Ethan couldn't peel his eyes away from the water. Even though the fog mostly obscured it from view. Dude, why? I told you there was no way you could outswim those goddamn sharks. They populate the bay with short-fin makos? Blair said, turning Dee away from the shoreline. Then shoot gel capsules full of pig's blood into the water. It's only a matter of time before they show up for a free lunch. Conveniently, just long enough for the drones to arrive and get it all on camera. Niles added. See, Griselda said. No escape. That's horrible. Ratings, spikes, fandoms. A guy had just been eaten alive by sharks, and within moments, millions of people would be cheering it on. Dee swore if she ever met the postman, she'd kick him in the nuts. Come on, Blair said, dragging Dee back to the asphalt street. We need to get home. The barracks of Alcatraz 2.0 looked exactly the same as what Dee had seen from her prison cell, a neighborhood of duplexes clustered around the north end of the island with bland two-story buildings painted alternatingly versions of blue, beige, and gray, which was their only distinguishing factor. Each had a roofed carport, empty, of course, since there was no way the postman would give each inmate a weapon vehicle and concrete walkway leading to the front door. The two sides of the duplex were mirror images from each other, with the same brown tiled roofs, the same overgrown patch of green beige lawn, the same street lamps casting a feeble glow across the sidewalk, and the same crow cameras perched above, staring down at them. Ethan and Griselda peeled off about five houses down the street. Dee watched as Ethan attempted to follow Griselda into her apartment. She strong-armed him. I just wanted to do a sweep to make sure no one's hiding in there, he whined. No one's hiding in my panties, Griselda said. I'll be fine. Then she slammed the door in his face. Dee had to appreciate the way Griselda took no shit. She may have been a raging bitch in every conceivable way, but at least she was consistent. The postman likes to create drama, Niles said, housing Ethan and Griselda next to each other is good for ratings, I imagine. Do people know? Dee stumbled over the words. Hook up? Blair said, or Blair asked, finishing her thought. Dee felt a blush creeping up her cheeks. Yeah. Most of what you see on the app is fake, Blair explained, guiding her up the walkway of one of the duplexes. I mean, not the murdery parts, but everything else. The shopping, the petty arguments, the drama. Fans really get into creating their own storylines for us. The app has a dedicated channel for each of the inmates. Niles smiled mischievously and lifted an eyebrow, which you already know, of course, since you followed it so closely before you got here. He was teasing her, Dee realized, and in order to avoid an explanation of why she never really watched the app, she decided to play along. Of course. Fans have to pay extra for the live dedicated channels, Blair explained, where they can tune in to see what you're doing at any point in the day, even when you're not on the main feed. Having a lot of subscribers can maximize your survival time on the island. Dee pictured Griselda prepping herself for the cameras before she entered Ice Cream. She was playing to her fans, the ones who paid extra to have access to her 24/7. Would Dee be able to do the same? She cringed. Every molecule in her being crying out in resistance. I'm not sure I could do it. I have your key, Blair asked. Oh, you have your key, Blair asked, pausing at the door. Dee pulled out the ring with the key and ID card from the front of her dress. Don't lose it, because you won't be able to get another one, she recited dutifully. Blair smiled. Good learner. You should give Niles lessons. Niles pursed his lips as he swung his backpack off his shoulder, unzipped the main compartment, and removed a plastic shopping bag. I picked up some food for myself, but you're welcome to it. He paused, looking sheepish. I, didn't think I'd need any? Dee asked. Yes, rather. Sorry. Dee peeked in the bag. It contained a pre-packaged single serving of microwavable lasagna, a lunchbox apple, and a bottle of filtered water. Kinda like the lunches her stepmom used to pack her for school. Thanks, she said, forcing a smile. Your neighbor is named, Mira? Blair said. Redhead, quiet, kinda standoffish. She used to work at the bodega, but I haven't seen her around in a couple of weeks. Dee glanced at the house next door. Do you think she was killed? Niles suggested. No, we would have seen it. Right, because every death was public on Alcatraz 2.0. Unless she offed herself, Niles mused. It happens. The only thing worse than living next door to a killer would be living next to a corpse. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe Mira's fine. I'm sure Mira's fine, Blair said, more loudly than before, as if she wanted Dee's neighbor to hear. Then she turned to Niles. At least we all hope she is. Yes, Niles said, dropping his eyes, suitably chastised. Of course. First thing you want to do is search the house, Blair said, back to her bossily friendly manner. There's a utility closet in the kitchen. Check that first, then the bathroom at the top of the stairs, and both bedrooms. The closets are on the far side of each room. That's the most stressful part. Dee's stomach flipped. The deadbolts seemed like cruel irony if someone could be lurking upstairs every time she came home. There should be clothes up there too, Blair continued, which will give you a better idea of what kind of role the postman wants you to play. Role? Yeah, Blair said. I'm the mouthy tomboy. Niles is the Euro geek. Ethan the jock. Griselda the edgy slut. Remember, he's selling a brand, and he wants us to fit into his scripts. 10 quid. 10 quid says he sticks with the princess theme, Niles said. Dee arched a brow. You have 10 quid? Niles' face fell. No, but if I did, that's what I'd bet on. She didn't think she could handle a full closet full of princess dresses. Maybe she should pray that someone would jump out from behind her princess-inspired wardrobe and eviscerate her on the spot. Dee stared at the bolted front door. The knocker was resting, and the light on the old-fashioned doorbell flickered off and on erratically. She was half hoping Blair and Niles would offer to come inside with her, help her check the place for intruders, but that seemed weak, and she knew better than to show weakness. Blair must have sensed that Dee was hesitant to go inside. Between Slayer and Jeremy, she said, trying to sound encouraging, I think the Postmatics have had enough entertainment for one day. The Paniacs should leave you alone for tonight. Dee wasn't entirely sure she believed her, but she appreciated that Blair was trying to ease her fears. Thanks. And tomorrow, Blair said, giving Dee's shoulders a friendly squeeze, we could talk about the future, okay? Tonight, rest. But no sleeping until after 2 o'clock, Dee said, suppressing a yawn. She had no idea how she was going to be able to stay awake that long. You catch on quick, Blair said with a smile. See you in the morning, princess. Things will look brighter when the sun is shining again. Dee thought of Jeremy and the bloody froth of water that had erupted as he was eaten alive. I seriously doubt it. Okay. And then, instead of a comment page, it has decided to give us a little bit of information on Dee. So, Dee Guerrera, #Cinderella Survivor, days alive, less than 1, period, November 7th, 12 a.m., through November 7th, 11:59 p.m. Oh, I said 12 a.m. Jeez. Conditions: low visibility with fog. Executioner, barbaric barista, ML, 2-3 odds, 5-8, $2 payout, $5.20. Cecile B. DeViolent, ML, 4-1, odds, 7-2, $2 payout is $9. DIY Nona, ML is 9-2, odds is 5-6, or 6-5. $2 payout is $2.40. Gassy Owl, ML, 1-1, odds 1-1. $2 payout is $4. Gucci Hangman, ML, 1-2, odds 3-5. $2 payout is $3.20. Hannah Ball, ML, 6-1. Odds 7-1. $2 payout, $16. Hardy Girls, ML, 7-5. Odds 4-5. $2 payout is $3.60. Molly Mahler, ML is 9.2, odds 9.1. $2 payout is $20. Prince Slayer, suspended. He doesn't have odds and he doesn't have a $2 payout. Robin's Hood, ML 7.2, odds 3.1. $2 payout is $8. And that's all for this chapter. Bye-bye.